We're Indie Attack with me, Woody, and you,
Kelson.
And today we are doing another game in Managore Daniel Linsen Week. And today's game is Violet. This was for Bacon Jam 06 in 2013. In Violet, you play as a dude who is seeking a lady friend, it appears. And it is a platformer, and your character has the ability to turn off and on certain colors in the environment. So, sometimes you'll run into, let's say, a blue barrier, and you can, press 1 to turn the blue barrier off. Then you'll need to turn it on for a platform in another place. And then so on and so forth until you have a whole wide range of colors
Essentially,
to use for your different things.
All the colors of the rainbow.
The rainbow.
But one. And that's the one you're looking for, really, am I right? And I liked the plot of the game where she was just this, emotionally, withdrawn woman.
Yeah, there's a plot, there's, little paragraphs of plot that play out between each map.
I found it interesting.
Yeah.
So... It's a color manipulating,
platformer.
And
it's a platformer that, initially I thought, this is going to be a pretty simple platformer. It kind of it ramps up in complexity pretty quick.
Yeah.
Until, you're getting, turning off and on colors that with really strict timing.
Yes.
But when you can do that, you need to turn off a color to drop down, and then turn on a color before you drop down to activate a platform so you won't get hit.
Yeah.
Move over to the side, turn off a color so you won't get hit by an arrow, and then turn on the color to turn on a barrier.
Right, and then the rings are on the ground, and you have to turn it off and on really quickly,
and
jump over them, or you're gonna die, and man... Yeah, I died a lot.
It ends up with the size of the character versus the map. It almost feels a little Meat Boy-esque.
Oh, for sure. I felt like there was definitely shades of that. Specifically, because there's instead of chainsaws, they're little yellow circles, but some of that in spikes and things of that nature that just definitely invoked the Meat Boy, and also very precision.
Yeah,
this is one of his most Man, I mean, some of his games are nefarious in the difficulty, and he's unrepentantly so, and I feel like this is very challenging because just the specific dexterity.
Yeah, and you need to perfectly place yourself in all these different spots.
And really quickly timing stuff. I felt like it was very creative, though. I mean, it definitely felt like in the tradition of Managore stuff, where it was bending stuff, and I imagine. I got stuck at a certain point, so I didn't unlock every color. Yeah. Personally, in my playthrough, Woody, but I imagine once it gets to every color, it goes
really complicated.
It goes very.
And I didn't beat it either. I'm wondering if there's some kind of Linsen twist.
Me too.
And maybe you get the ability to turn off white and black or something.
Yeah. Yes, of course. Yeah, totally. Turn off the entire map. It then becomes. Yeah. I imagine there is, but.
Overall, this one's fun. I wouldn't necessarily say it's as much of a must-play as some of the other ones, because while this is fun, it still feels like a pretty typical platformer compared to some of the other stuff. Birdsong feels a bit unique, Javelin feels a bit unique, and this, while it is fun, and I think it's well designed, it doesn't have really the sort of unique gimmick or, the catch to pull you in that those might.
The transcendent thing.
Yeah. Even Hop Slide.
Oh, God.
And Roguelike, they have that too.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And, Sun and Moon to an extent, is really sublime gameplay. This one was sort of I would say in between as far as my favoritism of it.
The design of this is great.
Yeah, for sure.
But
from what I could tell, by the time I got to 3 colors, I'd gone through 20 maps.
It's quite long.
I mean, there's definitely,
especially for a jam.
Jam game and the post-jam release, probably expanded content. But nonetheless, a lot of content there, to sink your teeth into. But yeah, I agree with you. It's a little more. Interestingly enough, the manipulation of the environment it feels more familiar, whereas some of his other games that have the, world-bending genre subverting things yeah, they step outside the box
Yeah.
a little more heavily, and this is like you're just manipulating mechanics that are familiar, just in a fun, unique way. But yeah, I guess for me, I mean, I hate to say it, but it was really hard. So I ended up having a little less enjoyment than some of the like Birdsong, like the curve on that. I enjoyed it tremendously, and I felt really rewarded for the amount of deaths that I had. And this one, I felt like each subsequent map was just so much harder than the last one after a certain point. But it's still worth playing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, this is one that I would definitely recommend. It's good. It's good. Like I said, I don't think it didn't draw me in as much as some of the other stuff, but I still think it's a really well designed game.